Hello everyone, this is a video about heal Alacrity Scourge. The goal of this video is not to give you in-depth explanations but to summarize the key points to make you perform adequately. The gear and build are linked in the video description. We will focus on the gameplay only. Heal Alacrity Scourge, as the name suggests, provides healing and alacrity. It also provides a few other boons, notably protection, regeneration, fury and might. If you run Relic of Febe, your heal skill will apply swiftness. If you're not running Relic of Febe, you could be running Relic of Mercy for improved revives, but there are many other variations you could also give a try. For example, Relic of the Monk, which also improves some of your reviving capabilities while buffing your healing directly. The core mechanic is the Scourge's F1 ability, Manifest Sandshade, in combination with the trait Desert Empowerment. While having a shade up, you gain 15% extra boon duration, and the F2 to F5 abilities are not only cast around you, but also around your shade. For this reason, you always want to have a shade placed. For beginners, the best placement is to simply aim the shade to the side of the boss where your group is stacking. Then every player will by default get you boons, even if you're off to the side handling a mechanic. Next up, you want to pump out Barrier to give Alacrity. Do that by placing shades with F1 on your squad, pressing your F3 ability Sand Cascade, as well as your F5 ability Sandstorm Shroud. Both your F3 and your F5 should be pressed off cooldown. If you're going to practice anything on this build, then it's pressing F1, F3 and F5 while firing at a golem. Make sure you produce perfect alacrity uptime when you test this. To apply regeneration, you can just dodge roll from time to time. This leaves behind a mark on the ground that will then apply regeneration to allies. Next up, you need to learn how to heal. Scourge has all its healing baked into two abilities. The first ability is your healing skill, Well of Blood. When cast, it pulses 6 times over the course of 5 seconds. Once cast, it remains stationary, it is a well. This means it's a great ability to heal while the entire group is stacked and not expected to be running around. In addition to its direct healing, it applies regeneration to all allies standing in it. Second ability is your F4, Garish Pillar. This ability is your strongest skill. Most notably, it heals by a truly unbalanced amount around you for the next few seconds. This makes it great at healing while moving. Furthermore, it will teleport nearby downstate players to you when first activated. Notably, neither the healing nor the downstate support will occur around your shades. They only work within a radius of 600 around your character. A lot of Scourges like to save the F4 ability for when people downstate. However, I'd argue it is better to prevent downstates to begin with. So you should also use it to heal low health players instead of waiting for their downstates and then being their savior. The cooldown of it is so low that you should really consider if you're going to need a downstate port specifically within the next 10 seconds, and if not, then you should use it to heal. Speaking of reviving, both your healing abilities will also revive downed players at the same time. And pressing F on a downed player will also cast a lesser Well of Blood, which also heals allied players. The fact your healing abilities are very good at helping downed players might be the reason why you see so many newbie heal Scourges understand their role as being a reviver and they brag about how many people they've revived as heal Scourge, not understanding that's not really a compliment of their ability to heal their squad. So, prevention is much better than reviving. If you can stick to this mantra and use your F4 and your Well of Blood to prevent those downstate, then you're already on your way to becoming a great heal Scourge. Finally, there's the F2 ability Nefarious Fervor. For heal Scourge, it is simply acting as a condition cleanse. Use it when you have to cleanse conditions, otherwise it's a waste of life force pretty much. For utility skills, you can just run the following setup: Desiccate, Serpent Siphon and Signet of Undeath. Those skills are never going to be wrong, even though they are not always optimal. Press Desiccate and Serpent Siphon off cooldown for boons and barrier, and Signet of Undeath only when you need the revive. Though Serpent Siphon can also block relevant mechanics if you know a fight well enough because it provides Aegis. Your elite skill should almost always be Flesh Golem. It does a lot of crowd control when activated, and the tooltip actually doesn't tell the full story. It does really a lot of CC, even on small hitboxes, but it also scales with hitbox size, becoming way better on larger enemies. Experienced Scourges will know when to bring other utilities, like Spectral Grasp, Sandswell or Corrosive Poison Cloud. But feel free to experiment with utility skills you like as a beginner as well. I've talked a whole lot about the function keys F1 through F5, and not at all about the weapon abilities. Weapon skills are mainly used for specific utility like boon corruption, crowd control, or simply life force generation. Use them as such. Notably, your Torch 5 helps a lot with might generation while everyone is tightly stacked around the target, so press it when you can to provide stable might to your subgroup. And that's already all there is to know if you want to start out playing Heal Alacrity Scourge. If I had to summarize it very briefly, use your F4 to heal, spam your F1, F3 and F5 for boons, and make use of the awesome Scourge utility and reviving capabilities to support your squad to victory. Thanks a lot for watching, and let me know if you like this kind of short and concise summary. I see you next time.